Shalom, shalom. This is the new Yeshua Israel Hebrew on the Island 2. Today's video is America is identical to Sodom and Gomorrah. Am I exaggerating? We're going to see if I'm exaggerating. And I want to know if you think I'm exaggerating or I'm spot on. Let's get right to it. I did a video earlier today. I feel in these times, whenever I'm sparked to make a video, I want to make it. And I ask the Most High to give me the power, the words, the titles to do it. America, identical to Sodom and Gomorrah. Am I exaggerating? Let's begin. Genesis chapter 19. The two angels arrived in Sodom in the evening as Lot was sitting in the gate of Sodom. When Lot saw them, he rose to greet them, and bowing low with his face to the ground, he said, "Please, my lord, turn aside to your servant's house to spend the night and bathe your feet. Then you may be on your way early." But they said, "No, we will spend the night in the square." But he urged them strongly, so they turned his way and entered his house. He prepared a feast for them and baked unleavened bread, and they ate. They had not yet laid down when the townspeople, the men of Sodom, young and old, all the people to the last man gathered about the house. And they shouted to Lot and said to him, "Where are the men who came to you tonight? Bring them out to us that we may be intimate with them." I'm reading from the Tanakh. This is Hebrew on the Island 2 channel. We are Tanakh, Torah and Tanakh channel only. We don't believe in the fake New Testament, apocryphers, fake Jesus, Black Yahushai. We only believe that the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is the only creator, the only savior of Israel and everything else, and redeemer. Where are the men who came to you tonight? Bring them out to us, that we may be intimate with them. So Lot went out to them to the entrance, shut the door behind him, and said, "I beg you, my friends, do not commit such a wrong. Look, I have 2 daughters who have not known a man. Let me bring them out to you, and you may do to them as you please. But do not do anything to these men, since they have come under the shelter of my roof." But they said, "Stand back." The fellow, they said, came here as an alien. Already he asked the ruler. Now we will deal worse with you than with them. And they pressed hard against the person of Lot and moved forward to break the door. But the men stretched out their hands and pulled Lot into the house with them and shut the door. When the people who were at the entrance of the house, young and old, they were struck with blinding light, so that they were helpless to find the entrance. Then the men said to Lot, "Whom else have you here? Sons-in-law, your sons and daughters, or anyone else that you have in the city? Bring them out of this place. For we are about to destroy this place, because the outcry against them before the Lord has become so great that the Lord has sent us to destroy it." Who do you think is getting destroyed next? Who do you think is on the chopping block? What's up, Mary Welch? Who do you think is on a chopping block next to be destroyed? I know some of you people just love America, America, and Europe and Asian countries. You love this entire Luciferian world. And I know why you love it, because you got a lot of goodies sprinkled around you. You don't want to let it go. So you actually think this demonic place, who's totally contrary to the law, statutes, and judgments of the Most High, is a good place, or it's okay. It ain't that bad. That's why I titled this video, America Identical to Sodom and Gomorrah. Am I exaggerating? Well, let's see. We're going to see at the end. All right, let me see where I left off. Okay, something. Okay, let me bring them out to you. Okay, nope, not there. Okay, then the men said to Lot, "Whom else have you here? sons-in-laws, your sons and daughters, or anyone else that you have in the city, bring them out of this place, for we are about to destroy this place, because the outcry against them before the Lord has become so great that the Lord has sent us to destroy it. So Lot went out and spoke to his sons-in-law who had married his daughters and said, Up, get out of this place, for the Lord is about to destroy the city. But he seemed, oops, excuse me, I just ate a lot and I just drank some of this natural pear juice and it made me burp. Excuse me. This is live, not television, this is live YouTube. So, we have to experience things together. Okay, then the men, hold on, wait. For we're about to destroy this place because the outcry against them before the Lord has become so great that the Lord has sent us to destroy it. So Lot went out and spoke to his sons-in-law who had married his daughters and said, Up, get out of this place, for the Lord is about to destroy it. But he seemed to his sons-in-law as one who jests. It means they were like laughing. Scoffers and mockers like we have today. As dawn broke, the angel urged Lot on, saying, Up, take your wife and your two remaining daughters, lest you be swept away because of the iniquity of the city. Still he delayed. Because, Lot and people just like you and his wife and all of them, you don't want to leave. You hate to hear my videos and other videos talking about Jacob's trouble and that we are in it. And it's progressing. You don't want to hear that. It's just like what I'm reading. As dawn broke, the angels urged Lot on, saying, Up, take your wife and your two remaining daughters, lest you be swept away because of the iniquity of the city. Still, he delayed, like a lot of yous. Not you, Mary. I'm just, for other people that watch this video. So the men seized his hand and the hands of his wife and his two daughters in the Lord's mercy on him and brought him out and left him outside the city. See, the angels of the Most High had it. Actually, see, a lot of you people that read this story really don't realize that Lot and his wife and them, they were dragging their feet. They really didn't want to go. The love for their lives, their surroundings, even though they know it was wicked, they still liked it a little bit, and they didn't want to leave. Just like the Israelites in Egypt. The Most High did all these unbelievable signs and wonders in front of the eyes of the Israelites. Fed them, protected them, did everything, brought them out to the wilderness. Then they complaining. Then they saying, we need to go back. Dragging their feet, not wanting to leave the wicked kingdoms, because it's a part of them, really. And we got to be honest. That's how people today in 2020. Jacob, show, what are you talking about? I have people texting me, this thing is fake, it's a hoax, and this and that, because you act like Lot, his wife, his two daughters. You act like the Israelites back in Egypt, don't want to leave, dragging your feet, demonic, just like them. Not all of you, the 2/3 of you. Still, he delayed. Up and take your wife and your two remaining daughters, lest you be swept away because of the iniquity of the city. Still, he delayed. So the men seized his hands, had to drag him out. That's what the Most High is doing to some of us. Get out of America, Babylon, Egypt. Get it out of your mind. He's got to drag us because a lot of us are so stubborn, stiff-necked. That's why in Jeremiah 5, he said, they have a stiff-necked heart and mind. They are gone. That's why in Jeremiah 7 and Jeremiah 14, he says, don't pray for them. I'm not going to hear you. Still he delayed, so the men seized his hand in the hands of his wife and his two daughters in the Lord's mercy. Still having mercy. The Lord's mercy on him and brought him out and left him outside the city. The Most High had to tell the angels, bring these niggas out, trying to save them. They didn't even know what's going on. So silly. hard-headed. When they had brought them outside, one said, "Flee for your life. Do not look behind you. Do not look behind you, nor stop anywhere in the plains. Flee to the hills, lest you be swept away." But Lot said to them, "Oh no, my lord, you have been so gracious to your servant and have already shown me much kindness in order to save my life. But I cannot flee to the hills, lest the disaster overtake me and I die. Look, that town there is near enough to flee to. It is such a little place. Let me flee there. It is such a little place, and let my life be saved." He replied, "Verily, verily, I will grant you this favor too, and I will not annihilate the town of which you have spoken. Hurry, flee there, for I cannot do anything until you arrive there." Hence the town came to be called Zor. As the sun rose upon the earth and Lot entered Zor, the Lord rained upon Sodom and Gomorrah sulfurous fire from the Lord out of heaven. He annihilated those cities and the entire plain and all the inhabitants of the cities and the vegetation of ground. Lot's wife looked back, and she thereupon turned into a pillar of salt. Next morning, Abraham hurried to the place where he had stood before the Lord, and looking down toward Sodom and Gomorrah and all the land of the plains, he saw the smoke of the land rising like the smoke of a kiln. Thus it was then when God destroyed the cities of the plains and annihilated the cities where Lot dwelt. God was mindful of Abraham and removed Lot from the midst of the upheaval. Lot went up from Zor and settled in the hill country with his two daughters, for he was afraid to dwell in Zor, and he and his two daughters lived in a cave. And the older one said to the younger, "Our father is old, and there is not one to consort us." I don't want to go into that part of I don't want to go in that part of Genesis 19, what demonic things his daughter then did, and so forth and so on. My purpose for reading you Genesis, first book in the law and the Torah, about Sodom and Gomorrah, because my video that I was spurred to make, pushed to make, after seeing something, and I'm going to show it to you. America, identical to Sodom and Gomorrah. Am I exaggerating? Now, I'm going to show you something. You tell me if I'm exaggerating. And you tell me if America is going to, because the Most High, Malachi 3:6, he changes not. Is America, Europe, and all these demonic countries, the Arabic countries, because they all do the same stuff. They're all pedophiles and, homosexuals, and they believe in all that transgenderism and all that crazy stuff. They're going to get the same smoke and fire that Sodom and Gomorrah did. Genesis, Malachi 3:6, and the Most High changes not. They're doing the same evil, but worse, multiplied. I pray Yah continues to teach me, because I am ready to leave all of this behind. And Mary, you have the right attitude. He had to tell the angels, drag that nigga, Lot, his stupid wife and stupid daughters, and drag them out of Sodom. I'm getting ready to annihilate it. And they dragging their feet, they don't want to go. It's just the same. I tell you, Solomon said it correct. There's nothing new under the sun. I started telling people, if you watch my latest video where I'm showing there's a warning given saying they're going to lock down the whole country and this and that. People are saying it's a hoax. Even if that piece of paper is a hoax or is not right there, we're in Jacob's trouble. And they're just like Lot. No. What are you talking about? But this time, the Most High is going to leave their ass in the fire, brimstone, and smoke. He ain't going to drag them out because they're the 2/3. He's going to let them be consumed with those pedophiles and homosexuals and transgenders, like identical to Sodom and Gomorrah. I'm going to get my phone. Oh, that's right. Mary, hopefully you're doing good. I'm going to take a shower and go to bed after this. This wasn't a planned video either. Now, I said a statement to you, right? I said a statement to you. My title is my title is America Identical to Sodom and Gomorrah. Am I exaggerating? Now read this. You get it. Read it. Read it. Right there. And you can when I upload this video, watch it again. Watch it again. Watch it again and freeze it. Let me read it. Let me read it with you. Make sure it's right there. Okay, let me hit this. California legislators passed bill reducing penalties for oral anal sex with willing children. With willing children. Look at the pedophile homosexuals. Look at the Sodom. That's where you get sodomites from. Look at them. Look at them too. This is from Breitbart. You can look that article up yourself. Breitbart. You can look that article up yourself. I'm not exaggerating. So after you reading this, after you reading this this title, am I exaggerating? America identical to Sodom and Gomorrah. Am I exaggerating? Well, you know what? If you think I'm exaggerating, I know I am not exaggerating. And just like the Most High brought the smoke, fire, and brimstone, he's going to bring the smoke, fire, and brimstone during Jacob's trouble on these demonic kingdoms of the world. This is the new Yeshua Israel. Hebrew on Island 2. Until next time, next time. And if you guys want to comment, tell me if I'm exaggerating. This is the new Yeshua Israel. Hebrew on Island 2. Until next time, next time.